The importance of being racially ambiguous. Yes, you guys heard me correctly, man. And I don't mean it literally in a physical sense, but in a person sense, interpersonal, relational sense, guys. That's how I mean it. So, what is this, right? What is it that I'm saying when I say that, right? About just racial ambiguousness. What is it that I mean? So I mean, guys, in this world that we live in, where there are social constructs put in place for whatever reason that it may be, and we, in a way, of as people, were raised to be divided and to have these deep-rooted things. And look, I'm not going to touch on why that is fully, because ultimately there are things at play. There are things at play that have impacted people just because of the color of their skin. I mean, that's the reality. I will say this, though. Race doesn't exist in theory. However, due to evil and things at play by us as humans, it has created something that wasn't real into something that exists. In a way, it does. In a governmental, political, societal way, it does. And so this is really a blueprint to work around that and understand the truth behind things. And why, right? Why this today? Because once you understand this, there's not a group that you cannot have harmony with. There is not a place that really you can't go and at least be decently competent. And you have clarity with life. And I mean, this is for everyone, guys. For myself, for all of us. So let's start. So look, guys, I'm sure in the US especially, you hear about white, black, and I'm going to speak with these terms, guys. I don't like these terms because I always believe in us. We are one human race, so darker complexion, lighter complexion, middle complexion. But for this case, I will, because I understand that's the language of the world. So look, there's black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Indian, which is kind of the same, but you know, there's a difference there that they put. And what else? Black, white, and Hispanic, right? Those are some of the bigger ones. If I left out your section, apologies. Just know that you are included here in thought. So, look, guys, it's tough because in the US, right, what do we see? Well, we see that due to slavery and these things, there has been created this paradox that people of today are like, no, oh no, everything is good, this, that, which it isn't, because I've opened my eyes more in the past. I didn't really necessarily know what it was, but now I do see it. And due to those, let's say, people and things and powers that have put these things into place, we see it, right, where there's economical variance between groups. That's the reality, due to just things set in place by these powers, let's say. So let's work around that. Because also, that doesn't just impact the people who may be at the top in that way, right? But everyone, the middle, the bottom, everything, right? So look, because I've studied this intently, especially now. I'm reading this book, A Long Walk to Freedom by Nelson Mandela, and I'm literally learning about apartheid and how it works. It's literally built on race and color of your skin. And so this is one thing that I can say, guys. Black, white, Hispanic, Indian, Asian, whatever may be alike. Sure, due to the media and things, there's a preconceived notion as to how people of that complexion may be, right? And then you spend time with the person and you're like, oh wait, that isn't what I thought or what I had heard, because there's stereotypes, and it's like, oh wait, I thought that you were aggressive, right? They may say that about the black people that, oh, I thought that this was like this, that they can be aggressive at times, right? Something like that. Or white people that, oh, this is so weird to speak on, but that they may be like dull or boring, for example. Uh, this is, or Hispanic can be just have big families and Indian, man, the stereotypes. These are harsh, but something to do with how they groom themselves and uh, like Asian as far as that goes, something to do with like, I mean, okay, there was a stereotype around driving, guys. Look, I'm laughing because at the idea of stereotypes, not at this because I do find it very rude and unsettling for everyone that I've just mentioned. But that's the reality. I laugh at the idea behind this and that this has been brought into light. You know what I mean? Never to disrespect any of my brothers and sisters on this planet. But look, guys, since that's the case, and we're only human like everyone else, we need to adapt. So how do you adapt? Okay. Because I can tell you this. If a person who is white, right, interacts with someone who is black, okay, sure, there's a stereotypical thing that can be associated there that people aren't aware of. And the thing that beats anything, guys, because even of the most racial people, the most in love with race people, when you meet someone of the same level of competence or of higher competence, it's like, okay, I see you as this color, but now what's hitting me is just you, the person, because ultimately the person is true. The content of you is the truth of life. You as an individual, as a soul, is the truth. So yeah, I can see you as this color, but now we're spending time. It's like, oh wait, it's just your soul and I. Like the color was an entry. You get what I'm saying? Like a barrier, but now we've crossed it. It's like, oh, it's just us as individuals. If you're the same color, different color, whatever it may be, that's what it is, guys. And so you want to stand out, and how can you do that? For one, you don't want to act stereotypically in accordance with something of the stereotypic nature to do with the race that you may identify as that is in a negative light. You don't want to do that. Because if you do that, you will be stereotyped as being a certain race. So what you want to do is you want to have etiquette, man, because etiquette is universal. So you want to be someone of class. Okay, how do you do that? Okay, you want to be a respectful individual. You want to be kind. You also want to be someone capable of inflicting violence. This doesn't mean you will, but capable of doing it if there is a time that you may have to defend your loved ones and the people around you or innocent civilians around you. You may have to, and you need to be able to do that, right? Because that all kind of seeps off of the aura, right, that you may have. So that's extremely important, the etiquette, the class. How do you speak? You don't need to be super articulate, but do you speak with slang? Do you slur your words? Okay, because when you do that, people are going to put you in a different bracket. They're going to view you in the societal norm of things, and they're going to put you on the spectrum. You understand? So we need to speak clearly, speak in an educated manner, because you will already be perceived as a more universal education level individual. And those individuals are treated differently than those who may not have that same level, which is unfortunate. That is the truth of life, though. So that's one thing, right? Just the speaking. Speak clearly, don't slur, don't slang, okay. Secondly, guys, and this one depends on what you are. If you're a soldier, I understand, but just common folk, and common folk meaning people who aren't soldiers, you don't want to have, for example, man, this one's tough, but you don't want to have tattoos, guys. I mean, it's the reality. And I sit here and I look at myself on the camera I'm sure you guys see that I am an individual with tattoos. Yeah. And the thing is, I wouldn't have tattoos if I had the knowledge that I do now. It's just, it is what it is, you know. Because you have to understand where tattoos originate from, guys. It was a way that people use in prison to mark themselves, you know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, tattoos can be super attractive. It's just, okay, what's the look you want to go for? Are you a sportsman? If you're an athlete and you want to kind of be an artist, I mean, okay. It's just, are you that? Are you an athlete? Are you an artist? Because if not, there is something attached to it, man. Because tattoos speak to, let's say, more urban and more unfortunate as it may be, man. Just me saying it, it's tough, but let's say impoverished backgrounds, man. And unfortunately, people who are more impoverished don't get treated the same as those who aren't. That's just how it is in society. So, yeah, if you have tattoos, it isn't the end of the world, right? It's just understanding that, okay, there's a preconceived notion to them, and if you weren't aware of it, maybe there were some behaviors kind of displayed to you because of it, right? But now you know, and awareness is power. So that's number one, right? I wouldn't get tattoos. If you have them, it's not the end of the world. You understand it, and you say, okay, well, embrace them, right? And don't let that really define you. Okay, and what's next after tattoos, for example? Okay, and we spoke on speaking. The next thing, man, is your grooming. You don't want to have a haircut that is too attached to any particular race, guys. For example, I do believe that dreads can be very good looking and things. It's just, unfortunately, there's a connotation to them that they are a racial hairstyle. And maybe not everyone with dreads has that same sentiment. And I don't even believe that that's fully, let's say, the right case. It's just, unfortunately, there are those who do, who if someone who isn't of the same race gets dreads, they are kind of just completely like shunned and all of this, and there's backlash. So you don't want that because, I mean, you're going to be perceived as that race, and in this society of race, you want to stand out. So I wouldn't get any haircut that's too racial. And I really thought about it. I said, okay, what are racial haircuts? And I'm like, dreads was the number one thing that came to mind. Also, it's just a lot of maintenance, man. I tried to have dreads when I was younger. And I mean, I guess my hair is it's straighter, so it's not the most natural hair to have dreads. But yeah, I don't. And I learned that, man, because yeah, if people see dreads, unfortunately, dreads are associated with that, man. Dreads are associated with people of a certain race or cultural region, which is fine. And in theory, if everyone was accepting of people of different races and areas having that hairstyle, it'd be fine. It's just, that's not how the world is. So yeah, man, have a haircut that's universal, clean cut. And how you dress. Because in a world where people may dress in a more urban manner, you want to stand out. So you want to dress formal, not too formal all of the time, but business casual. Like, okay, because people will take you as serious as you are of yourself. So you want to approach life and how you dress in that same manner. Okay, so I wear my blacks, I wear my nice shoes, I wear my pants, I wear my grays, I wear my blues, right? And I wear button-up shirts. Because perception does play a part in how people may treat you in society, guys. And about how you see yourself, too, first and foremost. Because you see yourself with this and you understand that, okay, kings and queens and people of higher wealth and statuses dress in that manner. And yeah, your brain's going to automatically go to that, guys. So that's really the last part of it, man. I know this has been a bit of a heavy video because I speak so in-depthly on race and these things. It's just, you want to be able to cohabit with people of every spectrum, every race, every color, everything in the world, because we are one people and we need to be united once again. So how do we do that? Is by us, is by taking the steps necessary for that. Groom yourself. Don't fit in to just one race when it comes to the spectrum of races in the world today. Be someone that is universal. You can go and hang out with any crowd, any people, because ultimately that's going to aid you in every realm of your life. And you are the representation of Christ on earth, because Christ on earth implies every person on earth. And so when you appeal to every person on earth, hence you are embodying Christ on earth. So yeah, guys, love you all. Hope you have an excellent rest of your day, man, and take care.